Yasu Malaka. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, Part 18.
My name is Mark Morgenstern, and originally I was the creative director at Ashley Madison. It was founded actually by my brother. It was like early 2000s, and I remember my brother was really excited because of some stat about dating websites. 30% of the people on those non-cheating websites were married, and he went, "Wow, that's just an insane figure." That's how it started.
We don't think it's sleazy at all. And Ashley Madison is not about porn. Ashley Madison is not an adult site. Ashley Madison is mature theme.
Those were the two most popular girl names, Ashley and Madison. It seemed a little upper class, so you felt the site had a certain pedigree.
Ashley Madison was ahead of its time. They were not just an online dating pioneer, but an internet pioneer. The company first launched right in the dot-com boom of the early 2000s. The idea of a dating website was still at that time, a little out there, a little sort of weird, like, oh, you're going to sign up for a dating website. And then especially you add a dating website for adultery. It's certainly a bit of an out there idea.
So you're telling me there's two Malakas that invented Ashley Madison, and they're both from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where I'm from. In 2001, it was a different time, ladies and gentlemen. We were going online and, well, we just, wanted to see some cool pictures. Maybe take a look at Cindy Margolis if you're a guy. If you're a woman online, I don't know what you're doing. The point is, we've come a long way since online dating. And I've never been on ashleymadison.com. I never want to go on ashleymadison.com. Ever since the scandal, it's trying to come back. And it's a really good documentary series on Netflix called Ashley Madison, Sex, Lies, and Scandal. Also, I've met a few Ashleys in my lifetime. I've never met a Madison, either first or last name, not even middle. But ladies and gentlemen, of course, part 18. Holy shit. I still got more stories for you. Why not? Let's get this beautiful love train going, okay? Because, if Ashley Madison says here, it says very effective. If there's a discreet way to meet secret lovers, this is definitely it. Yeah, that didn't come to bite him in the ass. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, that scandal. You guys remember that? Just all the names were exposed. It's anyways, you can watch the documentary on Netflix, okay? Just borrow your friend's password there. I don't know, it gets passed around more than VD, which leads me to my next subject. Online dating. It's crazy. It really is still very crazy. But at the same time, I must talk about it. So if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't speak for anybody else, but one of my biggest pet peeves is when people repeat themselves over and over and over and over, and you get the idea. But especially when you talk to someone online, all you want to know is just information about them. So I'm talking to this one person, and what's really weird is, like, she'll just repeat just things over and over again, and like it's never nothing interesting. It's not like a good story. Not that I claim to have the best stories on this podcast, but I think they're a little decent than hers. But all I want to know is some simple information. Where are you from? What do you do? What do you like to do? What are your turn-ons? What do you do for work? You know, why are you on here? Why are you torturing me? You know, just simple things. That's all. So I asked her, you know, like finally, I just blurred out, like care to fill me in, you know, and finally, just give me something I can use, you know. And of course, she's one of these people that will, you know, say, hi, how are you? Or say something and then disappear for a week. You know what I mean? So maybe they're married, maybe they're seeing someone else, maybe they're not that interested in you, maybe they're that busy, maybe something came up. I remember one time someone disappeared on me for 2 weeks online. I got really mad. And then they came back to me and said, oh, someone died, da da da. So, you know, but I was young. I was young, dumb, and full of, you know. So you got to learn from that. So now I'm a little bit more patient. Why? Who knows? But yeah, so, you know, she just doesn't understand. And of course, finally, when she gets back to me, you know, she goes, huh? And I go, at this point, I've just lost my shit. I don't care anymore, you know. And I asked her, like, did you ever see the movie Memento? Really good movie, by the way. But I think it's a Christopher Nolan movie, isn't it? Yeah. I can't remember. The point is, you know, and she's like, no, you know, and I'm like, I didn't think so, you know, so, and what's so funny is I've realized, I'm almost positive I've talked to this woman at least 2 or 3 different times, and I've deleted the number, then I found her again, and I'll talk to her again, and, you know, it's just on this ongoing circle jerk that just never ends, you know, and then at one point she's like, oh, I'm dealing with some family shit, then I'm dealing with this, and you know, it just never ends. It never ends. You know, her hair's a little red, you know. I'm not saying anything bad about redheads. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes you got to have a little bit more patience. That's all. You know, I've seen him get angry too. It's not pretty. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But at the same time, there's only so much I can take here. And I just said to myself, you know what? I think this is done. No matter how hard we both try or both, you know, keep disappearing, it's just done. So, you know, it's one of those things where you just got to nip it in the bud. So what I'm trying to say is, if you talk to someone online and if it gets this frustrating, it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? And chances are she's probably not that interested in you. Even if she was, she would fill you in on like what's going on. So, you know what? Just let it go. Just let it go. But guys, sometimes, you know, we just got to hold on to that little bit. You know, like I said at the story before, you don't know what happened in the past or whatever, why she's delayed. But in the end, just leave a message saying, if you need me, I'm right here. That's it. You know, just like Seinfeld. Remember, he's like, you know, you know, if you need me, I'm there. And then that's it. Something like that. I don't know. I forgot. It was a good episode. Well, they're all good episodes, except for the last one there. You know, it looked better on paper. But, yeah, that's it. Then I met someone else. I talked to someone else. I don't think I actually met her, you know, because I don't think it would have ended or started good anyway. But, you know, I'm just talking to her. You know, things are going well, whatever. I don't know. She does paintings, you know, whatever. You know, but what's weird is like, you know, she's like something like she's like, my paintings are off. And I go, what do you mean by that? Like, you know, they just seem a little off or whatever. And then she says, like, if you look at the paintings, you will know. You know, and then she randomly says, I'm walking downtown with my friends. I don't know, I didn't ask for that. But I just want to know what, you know, like what's going on? Like what are these paintings? So I don't know if she's doing this on purpose just to fuck with me. If she's bored, who knows? But again, it's all these fucking games. It never ends. I mean, she could be the next Picasso, you know, but if I got to put up with this shit, it's just too much agita, you know what I mean? So, like, what's the point, honestly? You know, and I told her, look, the world doesn't revolve around you. Just, you know, tell me what's going on with these paintings. I don't know, like, you know, like, come on, you know? And then, you know, she's like, oh, I didn't realize it does. And, and she's kind of talking down to me a little bit, you know, like she doesn't care. Oh, why don't I talk down to you? Fuck it, forget it. You know, it's just, again, it's not worth the agita. So again, ladies and gentlemen, maybe the theme for this one is this podcast is patience. You got to have a lot of patience when you do the online thing, and I mean a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. If you have anxiety or high blood pressure, you will not do well on online dating. Which leads me to the next person I talked to. So she's just unloading. Like you ever talk to one of these people online that literally is just looking for someone to talk to? And again, I'm not judging. We all need that sometimes, but at the same time, come on. I mean, you can't give someone this much information right away. You just can't. It's just way too much. Way too much. Way too much. Way too much. And so I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry you're going through this. And, and then she says, like, my anxiety is incredibly high and my vertigo is bad. I had to go to the hospital to get my blood pressure checked, and I was feeling terrible while I was waiting, and I had to tell them I wasn't feeling good and wanted to get it over with so I could go home. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry you had to go through that, because hospitals, listen, they're a huge pain in the ass. We all know that, we all, the ones that, we survived COVID, whatever. I don't know, we don't want to go back to that shit, obviously. It's not any better, but, and then she says, my mental health is pretty bad right now. I send her like kind of a sad face, whatever, emoji. I've been struggling the last few months with suicidal thoughts. A month ago, I was pulled off a bridge near my house by a civilian when I was trying to get over the barrier, and it was too short. Ladies and gentlemen, it's crazy. I feel for this woman. I really do. I think, let's just be honest. I think online dating is the least of your problems. Again, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, if you're telling this to basically a complete stranger, this is crazy, man. I really do feel for it. Don't get me wrong. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've come across a lot of people that are just not mentally stable on dating websites. They're not, like I've said, there's a reason why a lot of people try online dating. In many ways, it's not facing the real reality. It's almost like you're testing the waters for something that may or may not happen. A lot of people, I don't know, they don't want to leave the house. They don't want to, engage in other people, like in person. It's crazy. So like I said, this is absolutely crazy. So I was just in shock, I didn't know what else to say. I just said, holy shit, like, this is crazy. So it kind of fizzled after that, obviously, but I hope she's doing all right. And again, like, you may think online thing, okay, it's a boring world out there and you just want to try something just for shits and gigs because you're bored or whatever. But keep in mind, like, if you're not ready for this, don't go on here. And it's good that this person is just not ready for anything, on the outside, good looking woman, but at the same time, you don't know what this person or just anybody in general is going through. So again, I've come across this a few times, not this specific thing, but just similar things to that. And you have to get help, plain and simple. Talk to someone professionally, maybe someone close to you in your life, not someone that you've never met before online. This is not the route. This is not the way to go about it. And but I hope she's doing better. And I wish her all the best. And then sometimes you talk to people who, they really should fuck off a bridge. I don't mean that, but you know what I mean. They just drive you fucking nuts, and you can tell they're scams. I don't know what the fuck they're doing here. So one person just randomly, will text, text me. It says, text me. Here's one thing I never understand. Text is spelled T-E-X-T. That's it. It's 4 letters. It's 1 syllable. She spells it TXT. Like, is it that much more trouble to put in the E? Really? I mean, my God. If you're down for a hookup, left their email or, the phone number, which the area code, I don't know where the fuck this is. Who knows? I mean, it could be Timbuktu for all I know. Again, no picture. It looked like the thing ran out or whatever. I don't know. Maybe immigration called. The point is, my God, there's too many scams out there. But a lot of people, they don't even butter you up. You know what I mean? And get you into there. They just right away say, hey, I'm a whore. Text me, call me. That's it. But yeah. But then some people don't even really respond. This one person I was talking to, I just said, hi, how are you? How is, the site treating you so far? And all she does is send me a heart emoji. That's it. And then I say, you're already in love, LOL. I never heard back. And that's it. I mean, maybe, maybe she wasn't feeling it right off the bat. Maybe she was trying to be nice and send me, something sweet, and that's it. I don't know. Who knows? The point is, guys, stop wasting my time. Stop wasting people's time. Go out there and just, ask yourself, like, am I a human being? Like, do I want to actually, evolve in a society? Come on, stop it. And another brilliant point that I would love to make here is I was talking to this one woman here. It didn't last long. It was just pretty, whatever. And, but, put a picture on there. Like again, I can't stress enough. Like I've said this repeatedly. Put up a picture that remotely shows that you're like a happy, decent human being. Like, I mean, she puts up a picture here. She looks just pissed. I mean, and I get it. I mean, like when you do the online thing long enough, you're gonna have this face for the rest of your life. I completely get it. But at the same time, I'm always told don't bring your last relationship into the next relationship or next date or whatever the fuck. And try to stay positive. Try. The key word is, my God, it is really try. But at the same time, put up a picture where, you're not frowning or sad or, it just, it makes me depressed. I'm sure it's not going to help anybody else's cause. I'm not saying you got to be one of these people that's happy all the time. But again, in many ways, you're trying to sell yourself online for this online dating. In many ways, we're all, salesmen, saleswomen, woman. Is that one word or two? But the point is, you only got one chance to make a first impression. You know what I mean? So if you look sad already, it's not going to help us. It's not going to help the other person, engage more. And of course, the conversation didn't last long here. So, hey, what are you going to do? All I can tell you is this. Put up some decent pictures. I think each, profile should have at least, let's say, 3 to 5 pictures. Recent pictures. Again, I've mentioned this before. I've talked to people literally that have put up pictures and they've like admitted to me that they're 10 years old. I'm like, my God, like 10 years, man, really? Like 10 days. Okay, fine. Or even a month, whatever. But 10 fucking years, really? Really? Listen, I enjoyed wearing FUBU too, but at the same time, you can tell it's a dated picture. The point is, just in the end, represent yourself good, all that, whatever. You know what you look like. Just show the world right off the bat, too. And again, stop taking these pictures like Futurama, just a head, If you're a little chubby, don't worry about it. We're all a little chubby. Who cares? What are we, Kate Moss? Just fucking go out there and live. That's all. The person's going to see who you are anyway in the future. And they're going to want to know what you look like anyway, and they're going to ask for pics. So just, you might as well just get it out of the way. You know what I mean? That's all. Big is beautiful, okay? Come on. Now, this story is, like I say, it's more complex or whatever, but also a little bit more detail. So let me explain here. So basically, I met this person online, and she was pretty cool. We had a good rapport, saw each other for a little bit, and everything was good. The only problem was, she admitted to me that she was bipolar. Now, I've put up with bipolar women all my life. It is one of those things I just see in every time now. Most of them don't drive a motorcycle, but you never know. The point is, it's not an easy thing to deal with. Okay, but I believe she was on meds for this, and she really didn't show any signs of it. I think she drank a little too much. I'm not gonna lie. But other than that, she was a pretty cool person. And at one point, yes, we did have sex, and yeah, it was good. No worries. We had a good little connection there. And what's crazy is, like, she admitted to me beforehand that I would be her first. Now, I know what you're thinking. This isn't a young girl. I'm 42 years old. She was my age. I think she was like 39, 40, something like that. And but yeah, no, she was dealing with being bipolar all her life. And it really, she said she had a really hard time with it, in her 20s and 30s. She was just finally starting to get her life on track. And again, this is a perfect example, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, of when you do the online thing, it's a lot easier. It's it's tougher to meet people now. It really is. I mean, you can go to bars and I mean, if you can actually afford living in Toronto, go to bars. But yeah, it's tough otherwise. And a lot of people, yeah, they don't want to make that leap. I can't blame them. So she wanted to do the online thing for a while, and she was able to do that. And yeah, she admitted to me that she never had sex before. Now listen, I am no Don Juan DeMichael, but I think it was decent. She was I'll say this, doing a certain act on me. She could have used a little bit more work. Teeth is very, it's, I don't know. Sometimes, you guys, you know how it is. You meet a girl and it just fits like a glove. Some women, it's almost like getting blown by Bugs Bunny. It's just way too much teeth. It's just, it's holy shit. You might as well just stick your dick in a blender. But that's okay. I worked with her. It was an ongoing process there. But it was all right. But then we decided a little bit after that, it just wasn't, it wasn't there. I mean, we're just better off as friends. And I agree. So did my penis. No, I'm kidding. Come on. But yeah, we were just friends. And, she said she later on met some guy there. I don't know. I think she met some like fucking sheik or something, because this guy was I don't know. She implied that this guy had a lot of money, and I'm like, well, yeah, you definitely made the right choice. And they're talking about going to Dubai and all this shit, and I'm like, holy fuck, wow, a whole new world. Yeah, so I couldn't compete against that. Yeah, no, not that I wanted to. I just wanted to see her happy. I really did want to just see her happy, because she really was a good person. I enjoyed hanging out with her and all that. Good friends and all that too. But yeah, it kind of just fizzled, and she kind of just disappeared. And I called her a few times, and I don't know. I just couldn't reach her. She wouldn't respond back, and I don't know. It kind of just fizzled, I guess. Maybe she didn't have any minutes in Dubai. Who the fuck knows? But it happens. I don't know. Like some girls too. Like I've gone out with a girl one time, and she didn't want to see me anymore. She wanted to go back to her ex, whatever. And then she's like, oh, her ex isn't like me talking to other guys, their exes, blah 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 blah, whatever, all that shit. You know how it is. So maybe it was just this situation, but this is her just dealing with it, just cutting me off completely. I mean, I don't think it was done right, to be honest with you. But in the end, I don't know. What are you gonna do? I wish her all the best, and that's it. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you have these, stories like this, and you hope you get a good friendship out of it. Sometimes just it's gone like that. So, but in the end, I just want to say I really do wish her all the best. Hope she's good. I don't know. I hope this guy treats her right. I don't know. I've heard good things about Dubai. I've heard you can't smoke and drink. Fuck that. But she's definitely gonna have a problem with one of those. But the point is, I wish her all the best. And hey, wherever she is, I salute. It is what it is. Shut the fuck up. Last story. It's a good one. Maybe not. Anyways, so I talked with this one woman for a while, and this is what happens sometimes. You talk to a few women online. Sometimes, you strikes a chord right away. Sometimes, it's just nothing. Sometimes you prolong it. You're busy. They're busy. They could be married. You don't know. You have no fucking idea. Maybe they're on Ashley Madison. Who the fuck knows? But, so actually this story, actually after all this shit, I kind of do wonder that now. But anyways, the point is, we finally got to meet up. All right. And, talking back and forth here, for a little bit. Finally, let's meet up. I mean, we talked for quite some time. I'm going to say at least a few months back and forth, right? So, but then even at one point, she admitted to me she was going out with some other guy, and she got out of this really bad relationship. I mean, the guy just treated her like fucking shit, and she just wanted to see what else is out there. She lost a bunch of weight, and she just wants to enjoy herself. I mean, I can't blame her. So, but then she's like, oh, okay, well, I'm kind of seeing this guy, and I might see you, and da-da-da. So, in my head, I'm just going to be honest with you. Worst case scenario, another story. So, but she really did seem really sweet, like very nice, So, it was obvious she could take care of herself. She's still with her parents in her 40s, but it was a whole thing there with the parents, and she's taking care of them, and what are you gonna do? It is what it is. We've all been there at some point. Not me, but we finally meet up, and we just meet up for ice cream, and I'll tell you something, man. I mean, she was fucking horny as fuck. I mean, I'm pardon my French here, but Jesus Christ. I mean, she, I mean, maybe she's like this with all the other guys, but I mean, maybe the other one didn't, hit the right button. But holy shit! I mean, at one point we're just chilling outside, relaxing, and we start making out, and she starts like kissing me all over. I start kissing her all over. I mean, we're kind of semi in public here. People are maybe seeing it. We didn't give a shit. I don't know. We were acting like two fucking horny teenagers, whatever, right? Just going at it, and God, did she love my earlobe. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good little connection, and came back to my place. We didn't have coitus, but my God, could she spin my head right round like a merry-go-round. She's going downtown. So, thank you. About to see those Second City classes are really paying off. The point is, she said nothing sexual is going to happen. Bullshit. Oh, don't suck my nipples. Bullshit. Jesus. Remember pencils, little erasers on top? The point is, ladies and gentlemen, we had a little connection. It was good. But then she said, oh, I can't see you for another month because, I don't know. Who knows? I honestly don't know about this broad. And when I say broad, I mean broad, okay? I was raised in the 90s. Go fuck yourself. Gen X. You guys gotta fucking pick up the slack here when it comes to testicles. The point is, I don't know. She said she lived with her parents, man, but I don't know. Maybe she's really just testing the waters with a lot of people. She'd be one of those, girls that would bother you, but say don't bother her, but then she'd bother you all the time. But then when you talk to her, she loved it, and it depends on the mood she's in. She's like, oh, I want you to call me and talk dirty to me through text, and I didn't feel like it. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's I don't know. I felt like she was baiting me. I really do. Maybe over the phone I'll do it, but not like in text. I don't know. I've learned in the past, don't put things in writing, which is a really good story. If you ever see my podcast about the working at Coca-Cola, that sealed it there for me. It's a good story, trust me. But the point is, you got to be aware nowadays. So my guard was up there for sure, and I mean, she loved my testicles, which is really nice to hear. But she was very back and forth, and one of these, do as I say, not as I do kind of people, and like she can talk a lot of shit, but I can't, and it just, I don't know. I can't stand people that can dish it but can't take it. It drives me the fucking nuts. And to be honest with you, I don't know. We both kind of thought even when we met each other, like it just wasn't going to click, and then we kind of did, and we kind of just saw through everything. She saw through my shit. I was a guy, she had a vagina, so I was like, let's do this. And I'm like, okay, and then it gets to a point where we're just going back and forth, all this fighting and shit, and it just wasn't worth it. It really wasn't worth it. And then we, I don't know, she didn't want to talk to me anymore. I was frustrated with her, and then, that's it. That's it, But then even during this, like she says, I don't send erotic pictures. She sent me erotic pictures, not nudes, but, just sexy pictures, whatever. So I got a feeling that whoever mistreated her, really did a number on her. And it's really, honestly, all jokes aside, it is sad to see that, and, the sad thing is you don't really ever let shit like that go. You're supposed to, but I mean, do you though? I mean, is there any way of fully letting go something? I've always hated the phrase like let it go. I mean, I know what you mean. You can't like dwell on shit, but at the same time, if you let shit go completely, I mean, you really never learn from it, right? So there's a party that has to cling on to it. I'm not saying you have to obsess over it, whatever, but you have to hold on to a little bit and just give yourself a reminder. Hey, this happened to me. I don't want this shit to happen again. So you can't completely forget about it. So I understand, like what she was going through. And like I said, she's going through things with her parents, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of responsibility on her, a lot. And I don't know, seeing a dude like me, it's probably not going to help. I am nothing special, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. I might sound okay, but upstairs, I'm okay. I'm better than what I was, but like I said, I've done 18 of these podcasts, right? So I mean, that probably says something there. But the point is, I do really wish her all the best. I hope she's doing better with everything, and hope she does find the guy of her dreams. I mean, apparently she's got a backup plan, so maybe it was just one of those things like, yeah, maybe she was married. Who knows? Maybe she just wanted me to really fuck off, and just she didn't know how to break it off or whatever, and to go with the other guy guilt-free. Who the fuck knows? That's the thing. Again, you don't know with this online dating thing, ladies and gentlemen. It can drive you fucking nuts. It is what it is. It is what it is. Was a great head? Absolutely. The point is, you just don't know. You don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, that's why I tell these stories. Maybe someone out there does know. Maybe someone can help me, or these stories can help you. I don't know. I don't care. I have 3 listeners. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm not getting paid for this shit. I'm just trying to provide you guys with a good service. YouTube has provided me with great entertainment over the years. Why can't I provide some back? Give back to the YouTube community. And that's it. I'm telling you, the way she gave head was just really good. Very caring, very, it was one of those like good long blow jobs, and, she swallowed and all that. Of course, I mean, you can't have a good blow job if she doesn't swallow, right? She used her hands correctly. She really craved it in. She just, like Lloyd Banks said, she ate my dick like it was the Last Supper. The point is, go out there, have a good time, but at the same time, be safe. Okay? I'm not going to go on Ashley Madison. It's not going to happen. And let's be honest with ourselves. A lot of people go on there. They say they're married. They're not married. They're just going on there to get their dick wet too. Okay, come on, please stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Great documentary, Netflix. But as I've always said before, just be careful out there, 2 and 2, right back at you. You guys remember that? The older people listening to this podcast, Love Connection. Remember that show? I mean, this was before online dating, but I'm going to play a clip right now to end it, but that'll make you laugh or offend you, whatever. In many ways, this was way better than online dating. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another thrilling, tubular, cowabunga episode of Computer Love, Part 18.
Our next guest is originally from Danville, Illinois. He enjoys cold beer and hot music. Says that he and his mom don't see eye to eye on his love life. And he claims that his job has cost him several relationships. Please welcome Robert Faggot. Faggot is rather an odd name.
Yeah, it is an odd name.